Central Florida's chief meteorologist Tom Terry, only on Channel 9.
Next on Eyewitness News at noon, on the heels of the 2-year mark of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, a local festival is showing support to the Ukrainian people. Plus, the votes are in and former President Donald Trump takes another win in the South Carolina Republican presidential primary.
And try to bottle it up if you can. We've got a gorgeous day outside across all of Central Florida. I'll be taking you hour by hour through the rest of your Sunday, plus a big warm-up that's headed our way this upcoming week. All those details coming up. Eyewitness News at noon is next.
This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News at noon. Coverage you can count on.
It's been just over 2 years since the beginning of Russia's invasion on Ukraine, but that's not stopping Ukrainians from celebrating their culture here in Central Florida. Good afternoon, I'm Carla Ray. This afternoon, families are making their way to Cranes Roost Park in Altamont Springs for the annual Ukrainian Festival. Channel 9's Giovanni Diaz is joining us live from the event. And Gio, we know that this is a really important time for these people here in Central Florida.
It really is, Carla. Good afternoon to you. The event is just about to start. We are talking about music, dance, traditional outfits, and a lot of pride. Take a look what's going on here behind me. This is the second year the event is happening here in Central Florida. It all started as a celebration of the resilience of the Ukrainian community after the country was invaded by Russia on February 24th, 2022. One Ukrainian mom who left the country right after it was invaded told me this is a chance to show support and pride. And according to the Florida for Ukraine organization, there are as many as 58,000 Ukrainians living here in Florida, and more than 11,000 of them came after the country was invaded. So it really is a chance for them to reconnect with their country, reconnect with their culture. The event here is going on until 6 p.m., so make your way down here. Reporting live in Altamont Springs, I'm Giovanni Diaz, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
All right, Gio, thank you. Orlando police hope a new picture will help them identify the woman accused of hitting a teenager with her car. It happened on January 17th. Police say the 13-year-old girl was riding her bike near Conway Road and Haverstraw Avenue when she was hit. And police have now released this picture of the suspect. They say she stopped briefly at the scene and then left. Investigators believe she was in a silver 2021 or newer Kia Rio. If you recognize her, call Crime Line. Police have not said how the girl is doing. Back here at home, the Flagler County School District is facing a big budget cut that could force the district to lose half of its funding for school resource officers and deputies. The county gives the school $1.4 million, the district, each year. $1 million of that is dedicated to SROs and deputies. Losing that money could mean eliminating the deputies and replacing them with armed guardians or a security company. The sheriff says he has some big concerns.
Those campuses are huge. They're teenagers. Things happen, and you need more than one law enforcement officer on those campuses because they're like small cities.
Both the school board and the county say they're in the very early stages of budget discussions and that no formal decisions have been made. The district and county are scheduled to meet on February 28th. Medical experts are taking a closer look at the watches and rings that keep up with your health. Coming up, why you shouldn't completely rely on those devices.
And outside, we've got lots of blue skies, comfortable temperatures headed your direction, but a big warm-up is what I'm tracking for this upcoming week. I'll have all the details coming up.
You don't want to just get any information. You want to get the right information. This happened last night, this is what's happening now, and this is how that's going to affect your day later on.
That way you're ready. Nothing is a surprise to you, and you have what you need for the day ahead.
So we plan your day with weather and traffic so that you don't have to be late.
Whatever you're doing, you know what the weather is going to be at that time.
The most valuable information in the quickest amount of time. That's what we do.
Channel 9 Eyewitness News this morning, live tomorrow starting at 4:30 a.m.
I'm Darlene Jones. As we celebrate Black History Month, we're sharing stories that'll inspire, encourage, and uplift you.
The ability to be resourceful, work together, and really just give of yourself, you know, back to folks you might not even know, but you feel like these are your brothers and sisters, and these are people in your community, and that you care because they impact you.
To learn more from these extraordinary local treasures and how they're using philanthropy to give back to our community, visit 9family.com.
Anyone who uses an ATM could be at risk of one of these shimming devices. Once you put your card in there, the device can read your information and potentially have access to your money.
They have the card number and they have the PIN. They can make a new card.
You would have no idea that your information was stolen.
I just sat there stunned because how is this money taken out of my account?
This story is about protecting your money. We're going to teach you the steps that you can take to protect yourself when using your debit card.
Watch Eyewitness News from any device with Eyewitness News Livestream, sponsored by Bogan Munz & Munz. Choose results. Choose Bogan Munz & Munz.
Smart devices can be used for just about anything, but can they be used to accurately track your health? Experts say things like Apple Watches, these devices can be a good tool to help track health for some, especially those with underlying health issues. But while they may be useful, accuracy can vary, and doctors say it shouldn't be the only tool you use. This afternoon, we're learning what happened when a Volusia County deputy was clipped by a vehicle. Officials say it happened while that deputy was working a traffic crash in DeLand. The deputy's body camera captured it all.
She was facing us, and you could see it in her eyes.
Crazy video. You could see the deputy talking to the people involved in that first crash, and that's when a van comes by and clips him. The deputy is okay. FHP investigated the incident and gave the driver several tickets. A group of Winter Park residents are banding together to help cats in Orange County shelters. Coming up, what they say drove them to extend a helping hand.
You might already know the day's headlines.
But on WFTV tonight, we give you the newest take on the day's biggest stories, showing you all sides.
So you know why it matters to you.
WFTV tonight, weeknights at 11 on Channel 9.
One group of Winter Park residents are coming together to help cats at an Orange County animal shelter to help them find forever homes. They sew and quilt everything from toys, mats, bandanas, and other items, all in hopes to make it more comfortable for pets waiting to be adopted. At least 5 other neighbors, all in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, are taking part in this effort.
Just to make things better while they're there, and also the appearance of the shelter. It might be a child going in saying, I want that little cat. What may have led him over to that little cat may have been the shamrocks on the little mat that Barbara made, or the Disney characters she does.
Orange County Animal Services says the community initiative is especially welcomed as we head into spring and summer, when the cat population at shelters increases drastically, so every little bit helps. Tomorrow marks the 2nd anniversary of the I-4 express lanes here in Central Florida opening, and FDOT says it continues to see more drivers using those toll lanes. 56,000 drivers used them from December to January. That's 4,000 more people compared to the same time in 2022. The most heavily traveled segments are near Rio Grande Avenue and Lee Road during rush hour. FDOT also warned that drivers are going faster on general use lanes by about 6 miles per hour. Well, troopers are looking for the driver who hit and killed a man on the turnpike and then just drove off. It happened around 11:30 Friday night by the Osceola Parkway overpass. Investigators say the victim jumped from the overpass and he was then hit by a vehicle heading southbound. The driver never stopped and the victim died at the scene. Troopers don't have any details about the driver or the car involved. If you have information that could help them, give them a call or call Crime Line. A Deltona man was shot by a 17-year-old. Orange City police say it happened around 11:30 yesterday morning at the Granville Apartments. Detectives say the victim met with a few people in the parking lot regarding some guns. They started arguing and then the victim was shot. He is expected to be okay. The teen suspect was found shortly after the shooting and taken into custody by Daytona. A SpaceX launch has been rescheduled for this afternoon. The company postponed its Falcon 9 rocket launch yesterday. It's scheduled to send several Starlink satellites into orbit. The initial launch window was just before 5 o'clock last night. It's been pushed back to today at 4:34 in the afternoon. And if all goes as planned, we'll bring it to you live right here on Channel 9. Yesterday was a little bit breezy.
Yes.
And today, things improving a little bit.
A little bit, you know, and there's still a little bit of upper level wind shear, which they'll watch. But as of right now, 95% favorable for that launch to go. So
speaking of the breeze,
weather-wise, exactly. Yeah, we head over to Daytona Beach. Winds are coming a little bit more out of the north, and that's going to keep numbers in Volusia County and in Flagler County just a little bit cooler. So right now we're at 66 degrees, lots of sunshine. You can start to see we've got upper 60s and some 70s already set settling in, 71 for Winter Haven and Orlando, 73 right now in Bushnell. But those winds coming off the water because we actually are tracking somewhat of just a mini front. It's actually already moved through most of the area. This did not bring any rain. This really didn't even bring any clouds. It's really just giving us a small push of cool air, which is going to keep our temperatures mild through the day, and it's going to help our numbers stay cold again through the overnight tonight. So kind of just a reinforcing front for us instead of a major front. But that's going to help keep those temperatures up in Flagler and Volusia County in the upper 60s today. Low to mid 70s though elsewhere, hitting 72 today in Sanford, 72 in Claremont, 73 in Orlando, and 74 degrees as we take you through Kissimmee. So hour by hour up in Daytona Beach, one of the cooler spots. Again, those 60s all the way through dinner time before we start to cool those numbers back into the 50s. Whereas in Orlando, the next couple of hours, we're going to be staying in the 70s all the way through about 5 o'clock, and then we'll start to cool things off. Not a huge quick drop off, but we are still expected to get cold again, down to about 48 degrees tonight. And most of Central Florida is going to hit those 40s tonight. 44 for the low in the Villages, 47 in Claremont, 40 in Ocala, and 41 degrees tonight in Bushnell. Just a few 50s holding on in parts of Brevard County through the overnight. So that means tomorrow, as we start the work week off, it's going to be a cold start to the week. Grab the jacket, the sweater, get those kiddos ready for the first day of school of the week. But we've got a big warm up through the middle of the week. We've got temperatures back into the 80s. Showers holding off for most of the week until we head towards the end, and you can start to see that rain chance starting to increase. Nothing huge, but we will have the possibility of some scattered showers by the end of the week. And as we head towards the weekend, you can see it here with our 7-day forecast, the weekend always in view. As we go through this upcoming week, though, extra clouds arrive by Tuesday. They'll stick around through the end of the week, and those temperatures will be quite warm. 80 degrees on Tuesday and 84 degrees for that high on Wednesday. Wednesday is expected to be our warmest day of the week. Also something to note, after tonight and early tomorrow morning, we're saying goodbye to the 40s for a nice stretch. We'll wake back up to 50s and 60s for most of the week. Carla.
All right, here's today's local steals and deals. Scientists claim that they have discovered the fossil of a dragon. Coming up, what this new fossil helped them recreate for the very first time. For the first time ever, scientists are unveiling a 240-million-year-old dragon in its entirety. The National Museum Scotland announced this on Friday. The 5-meter-long reptile from the Triassic period was first identified in China in 2003. Newly discovered fossils like this one, though, have allowed the international team of researchers to depict the entire creature. Scientists say it's very reminiscent of a Chinese dragon. The Library of Congress is giving away the pancake recipe of a civil rights icon. Officials posted Rosa Parks' Featherlight Pancakes recipe on social media. It was given to the Library of Congress in 2016 as part of the Rosa Parks collection. And get this, her recipe calls for one special ingredient. She put peanut butter in her pancake batter. Well, it's a first in the race for personal air transportation, or so-called air taxis. Any adult now has a chance to get into and try this new craft that's like a giant drone. ABC News was in Lakeland to showcase this flying machine, along with Matt Chasen, who's the founder and CEO of Lift Aircraft. This is Hexa. It's the first drone-powered vehicle that anyone in the general public over the age of 18 can train on and fly. No pilot's license required.
Long term, we envision you having an app requesting an aircraft, which would then fly to where you are, land on the rooftop, land in your driveway, and then it can autonomously take you where you need to go.
People can train on it right now. A flight crew monitors from the ground and can override controls just in case something goes wrong. Orange County Animal Services is crediting a new animal diversion program for preventing overcrowding. In January, 355 people contacted the county's animal services looking to surrender their pets. The diversion program was able to keep more than 250 pets out of the shelter, keeping families together by providing other resources. So far, Animal Services has seen a 40% decrease in the number of surrendered animals. Gotta love that. All right, it is just picture perfect out there. Let's get a final check of your forecast now from certified meteorologist Cassandra Crimmy.
Really a gorgeous day. We're looking at lots and lots of sunshine, low humidity. Temperatures are going to stay a little bit cooler than average, but we're still hitting the 70s in a lot of spots. 73 degrees today in Orlando. Cold cold again tonight. We'll have those widespread 40s, and then tomorrow we'll warm back into the mid-70s. So it's definitely a layers day where we've got the chillier start, the warm afternoon. You'll be shedding the jacket or the sweater by the time you're heading home from school or work. Then as we head through the rest of the week, we continue to climb those temperatures. We've got 80s back, even mid-80s by Wednesday, which is expected to be our warmest day of the week. And by the end of the week, we'll start to bring back that chance for some scattered showers with some thicker clouds and temperatures back in the mid-70s. Carla.
All right. Thanks so much for watching Channel 9 Eyewitness News at noon. For more local news, sports, and the latest forecast, tune in tonight to Eyewitness News at 6. We hope you have a great day.
Eyewitness News this morning, live tomorrow starting at 4:30 a.m.